All right, hey guys, what's up? JT's Tips here. Gonna do a little informational video here. I had a 97 F-150 at the 4.6 liter. It's been misfiring since Thanksgiving. And I just haven't had time to, or haven't taken time to diagnose it. So I checked the spark, right? Whenever you have a misfire, you should always check the spark, starting from the coil pad going to the spark plug. This is my handy dandy little spark tester. It's got a little light, if you can see that. It's got a little light in there. And plug this in the coil, snap that end over, the spark plug, and it lights up if there's spark. So I checked that. I plugged that in at first at the coil, between the coil and the wire, good spark. Then I went between the wire and the plug, had good spark, right? But my number 7 cylinder was misfiring and I just didn't know why. And I'm like, well, what in the world, I'll see if I can't find it. Sorry, give me a second here. So I did a lot of thinking about it, and I was like, well, would it be the spark plug wire? Because when I hooked this tester into this boot, it worked. And I was like, huh. But then I got to thinking, in these Fords where the spark plug sits in this little tube and this long boot goes over, right, goes down inside. Well, this boot, as you can see here, super old and just not good. See how flimsy that is? Nothing to it. Super flimsy and just not good, right? So I thought to myself, well, maybe since I have this off and this tester in my hands, I'm able to snap these two together strong enough and good enough to connect, right? So I'm like, okay. But here's where the problem I realized came in at. The problem was this thing. And I was trying to push it down inside the tube. This thing was so flimsy and wore out. And if you look inside, I highly doubt I could even get a picture of that. See the silver tip thing in there? Electrode? Look inside there, it's bent, right? So basically, I was not able to get this thing on there. And even when it did snap on, this rubber is so wore out that it was allowing the spark to bounce outside of it and hit the engine, the head. And so I went to, Advanced Auto. I got brand new wires, put the wires on. I really wish I had one out here. I should have done this video before, but the boot was completely not like this. I mean, it took a lot of work for that one to get moved. So I realized that the old spark plug wire, this old spark plug wire, from all the oil hitting it and stuff, that it just disintegrated the rubber, allowing the spark to bounce outside of the rubber, ground off the head. So that is what I was just wanting to share with you guys, that if you have a misfire and you check the spark between the coil and the wire, and then the wire and the spark plug, and you get good spark, everything's good, right? You must look at the boot itself. When you're in mechanic college, it tells you to look at that. You look at the boot itself. Make sure it's not too wore out. And look at the electrode inside. Make sure it's not bent. Because that was my problem. The boot was wore out. Again, allowing the spark to bounce off the head. So, check everything out, guys. 1997 F-150 4.6 liter. It tows good. It's not bad. It's not a bad truck. Got a lot of miles on it, like a lot. Actually, my truck the body has 275,000 something miles on the body. The motor's like 180,000 miles. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Again, Just because it spark checks good doesn't mean that when you actually push it on there, it's sealing right. So just gives that some thought, check things out. And don't be afraid to buy new wires, even though it tests good. Thanks. Thanks for watching JT's Tips.